Well, the film's basically constructed out of still photographs. Basically, I took photographs for a year of my life, and then afterwards, out of those photographs, I built a fictional narrative. The story, since the two main characters in those photographs were my brother and my girlfriend, who's from the US. She's 24 and he was 13 at that time. The story became the impossible love relationship between a 13-year-old Mexican boy and a 24-year-old American girl. I always wanted to find like a new way to do cinema. So first of all, the reason I did it this way was in a way based on a movie I had seen by Chris Marker called La Jetée. But I wanted to grab an experimental format like that one, using still photographs, and push it to a level which it didn't seem like an experimental film, and it would read in a more enjoyable way. A lot of the comments I get at the different festivals is that people, the first 5 minutes when they come in, they like get very scared at the fact that they're gonna have to sit for 80 minutes looking at still photographs, but that then by minute 7 they forget that they're watching photographs and they're more interested in what's gonna happen to the characters. In a way, I always knew that narrative was gonna be one of the very important tools to move the story forward and make the audience not be bored by the still photographs. And also I wanted to flip the way in which cinema is normally done. Normally you write the screenplay first, and then out of the screenplay you do the image. But in this case, first I did the image, and then out of the image I wrote the screenplay. In a way, I interposed real images over a fictional narrative. So also I wanted to play a lot with the idea of fiction and reality. When I took the pictures, I knew I was gonna do this. I just didn't know what the story was gonna be. Basically, I told myself that I would take pictures for a year, and then at the end of that year, I knew I was gonna use those pictures to do a film. I wanted to image photographs are really open to interpretation, so by creating the dialogues and the sound and everything, I wanted to kind of lock the photograph to only one possible interpretation, which is the story that I chose to tell. Well, basically what we did is when all the photographs were taken, we did an installation on the room. On all the walls, we put all the photographs, dividing them by scenes. And so then I did kind of a catalog, and I knew that I had certain scenes in certain locations with certain characters. So out of those, I started like building the story. Like I knew that the two people I had photographed more were a 13-year-old Mexican boy and a 24-year-old American girl that came to Mexico. So I knew that the main story was gonna be their love relationship. Then I knew I had the scene of the surgery of the cat and the grandpa surgery, so I knew that would be kind of the backdrop theme. Since I was making the movie out of still photographs, I knew a lot of the themes were going to be about time, so I started kind of making an inventory of all the elements I had, and out of those I started constructing the story. The events did happen, but the story is fictional. I mean, she's my girlfriend and he's my brother, so I mean, I hope they never had a romantic interest.